Welcome sa zip9.com. This video, itutuloy natin yung ating series about quadratic functions. No? And sa video na ito ay titignan natin kung meron bang relationship yung mga roots natin na kinocompute. No? So for the past ilang videos from QF09 yata or QF07 if I'm not mistaken, ay tayo ay nag-compute ng roots of quadratic functions. No? At yung roots, sabi natin, ano nga ulit yung roots, no? Pag ang root mo ay x equals 4 kunwari. So the roots, no? Ito na lang sa baba. The roots are the x coordinates, no? Sila yung mga x coordinates ng points of the points on the x-axis where the graph of x of f of the function passes through. No? Okay? So, ibig sabihin sila yung mga points pag meron tayong intersection, for example, here. Ito, meron tayong dalawang intersection nitong blue na graph na to. Ibig sabihin, the value of x here and the value of x here are the roots, no, of this function. So, for example, yung value nito is x equals negative 5, for example. This is x equals negative 5. Tapos, ang x nito ay negative x equals 1, then the roots of this quadratic function is x equals 1 and x equals negative 5. No? And of course, the y coordinates of these points are both 0 kasi nasa x-axis sila. No? Ngayon, ito, meron siyang dalawang roots na real numbers. No? By the way, we are only limited to the real, no? The real roots dito, no? Real roots. Ito ibig sabihin ito real number. Okay? So, kung real number yung roots mo, ibig sabihin yun yung, kung dalawang real numbers, ibig sabihin dalawang beses siya may intersect yung x-axis, no? Tapos, pag isa lang yung root natin, ano yun? Isa lang din yung intersection niya. If one real root, one intersection. And pag walang real roots, ibig sabihin yung roots niya complex numbers, then there is no intersection doon sa x-axis natin. No? So, tingnan natin itong from the previous computation natin. Siguro nagtataka kayo bakit nandito yan, ano? Yung computation. That's from the previous video na kinompute natin yung roots ng 2x squared minus 3x plus 4 is equal to si u of x, yun yung function natin. We computed for the roots using quadratic formula and we ended up with this equation. No? So, ang roots niya ay dalawa, 3 plus square root of negative 23 over 4, tsaka 3 minus square root of negative 23 over 4. Ang problema dito, wala tayong square root ng negative numbers, no? Ibig sabihin, hindi real numbers ito. Ito yung complex root na tinatawag, complex number ang kanyang root. So, pag complex number yung root mo, hindi siya real number. Real number lang naman yung x. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya nag-i-intersect sa x natin. So, ito yung case where there is no real root. Pag negative yung nasa loob. Kasi whatever you put here, basta negative, there is no square root of a negative number. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya real numbers yung maging real number, yung maging final answer. So, ano ba tong nasa loob? Di ba ito yan? B squared minus 4ac. Dito yan ang galing eh. So, yan yung case 1, yung b squared minus 4ac. B squared minus 4ac. Oh, sorry, hindi siya red, but it's supposed to be green. Example na case niyan ay yung green, no? So, itong green na to. So, if b squared minus 4ac, yung nasa loob ng radical, ibig sabihin radical sign. Pag negative yan, wala kang makukuhang real number na negative. So, ibig sabihin, no real roots. Wala siyang roots na real number. Ito yung sabihin niya na. So, pag wala siyang roots na real number, wala siyang value ng x. Diba? Kasi x to eh. There is no real number. Katulad nito, pag negative yung nasa loob. Complex root siya. Kaya hindi siya tumatama dun sa, hindi siya nag-intersect dun sa x-axis. Okay. Now, ano naman nangyayari pag equal 0? Meron na tayong less than 0. Tingnan na naman natin yung b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. Pag naging 0 to, yung nasa loob niya, ano mangyayari? Magiging 3 plus minus 0 over 4, which is equal to 3/4. So, ang x natin equals to 3/4, meaning, isa lang yung real root niya, no? Isang real number lang. Ibig sabihin, isang beses lang siya tumatama dun sa x-axis or nag-intersect. So, this is an example of this situation, b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. So, 1, maybe I should write a number. Or maybe I should put 0 here, but anyway, it's the same. So, this is one real root. Okay? Paano naman pag positive? So, b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0. Tatlong cases lang naman dyan, di ba? Less than 0 equals 0 tsaka greater than 0. So, kumari, para madali, perfect square natin yan. Square root of 4, kumari. Magiging, another example, magiging 3 plus minus square root of 4, kumari, over 4. Okay? So, mangyari, magiging square root of 4 is 2, no? Magiging 3 plus minus 2 over 4. So, magiging 5. 3 plus 2, magiging 5 over 4. Yun yung isang root mo. Remember, dalawa yan, di ba? Plus minus yan eh. So, we have 3 plus 2, which is yung first root natin. Pwede natin sabing R1. R1 equals to 5 over 4. Yung R2 naman natin, 3 minus 2 naman, magiging 1 over 4. So, dalawa yung roots niya. Ibig sabihin, dalawa yung value ng x. Pwede rin natin gawing x yan, di ba? X equals, x sub 1, x equals 5 over 4, x equals 1/4. Ibig sabihin, dalawa yung tinatamaan niya. Dalawang value ng x, kaya dalawang value o dalawang points doon sa x-axis yung tatamaan niya. Okay, so 2, this is 2 real roots. So by looking at the computation doon sa loob ng radical, malalaman mo kung ilang beses siya tatama doon sa, yung ilang beses siya mag-intersect doon sa x-axis. And again, these are the conditions. No? Okay, so ang tawag pala natin yung sa expression na to, yung nasa loob, ang tawag natin yan ay discriminant. Discriminant. So if the discriminant of quadratic function is less than 0, wala siyang real roots, it doesn't intersect the graph doesn't intersect the x-axis. If b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, then the function has one real root. It intersects the x-axis once. No? And if b squared minus 4ac, or if the discriminant is greater than 0, then there are two real roots. It means that it intersects, or the graph intersects the x-axis at two distinct points. No? Okay, so I think that's pretty much the discussion on discriminant. I hope meron kayo natutunan. and I will see you in the next tutorial.